Hey. Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Wally Weasel. Doing some more Dragon Age, and we're going to be continuing on with our chill stream week. This week in, well, obviously, Dragon Age. We're just going to basically do some talking with everybody, and, you know, catching up and all that kind of stuff. Doing a couple of side things, which we'll probably do, right now or so. And then, yeah. So let's take care of these.
Your worship.
You? Minor things? Yes. Oh, yes, and we do have to, judge someone. So I've given it some thought, and I'm probably gonna, yes, I am, well, probably not. Oh, no, not probably. I'm going to craft up that armor. If I can figure out where the armor craft, here it is. Alright. So we're gonna craft... superb Avar armor, superb stone bear armor. Do this one, yeah. Okay, so we want 200. There is 10% chance. Yes, that should give us an 85% chance. 12 stagger, 120 maximum health, 24 cold resistance, fire resistance, cold resistance, ranged fist, thunder one hit, 20% cold resistance, go for the cold. Let's go 40 cold. And... no. This is for me. There we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. I could have renamed it. Oh, well. Whatever. Alright. Let us... and boom! Look at that. 200, do 161, and then we have an empty sigil too, so very nice. Yes, please. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to see if I can't change something here. If I can't, okay, to change it I'd have to the other side here. But no, screw that, screw that. We're not gonna tint anything for that. Okay, let's head over to the war room, get them all started on some new stuff. Then we'll take a quick hop, skip, and jump up to... ah, crap, what the hell is it called again? What is it called again? A little bit, I can't even remember it. Black Emporium, there we go. I got it just before I got it. Alright, so let's do that. Because there's something I want to do there to help make things make sense, I guess, in a physical manner. We got more again with this too. What do we got? Deal with the angry Vargas, sigil of the Nug. Okay. Dwarven slaves. Yeah, they give us money. Good. And identify inventory agent. Some influence. Okay, so let's see here. Unmask those across the sea. Yeah, we'll do Liliana. College of Magi. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be another long one. Might as well get Josephine on that one. Truth or Dare, the end game. Oop, no, okay. Can't do anything there. Support Cassandra. No, can't do anything there. Anything's moving.
All right.
Okay, so I highly doubt we'll be around long enough to do anything there. Oh well. 'Tis what happens. Okay, let's do Black Emporium. I'll just go by myself. Even if I bring somebody, they're not going to show up. La 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 la. This is something I was thinking about, this morning on my way home from work. I was like, you know what? I might as well just do this. Get it over with. Have things make sense. Because there's one thing that I want to do, and it's going to be awesome. Oh, sweet! I can actually fight in here.
You may pet the tiny bear, but be gentle. A Magister miniaturized in
This is what I want.
great cost.
Yes.
The answers to Chauncey.
Customize. Okay, I guess it would be on a general. Ah, here we go. Hair color. Yes. I want that. We want to change the hairstyle. Nah, we'll keep it normal hairstyle. Huh. So people are going like crazy with the paint, just painting over their hair. Alright, let's go back to their original hairstyle. Back. Yeah, that's good. There we go.
At least no one will point and laugh.
Exactly, man. Because now it really looks like I'm... Okay, well... Yeah. Because, blonde hair. Now I have blonde hair in, otherwise. Or something. So it just looks like I just threw on the hat. Which is very important to me. Because I want this hat to be endgame. Wait, why do I... We're going to Skyhold. Why do I need, party? Yeah, I want this hat as an endgame hat. I want to be able to fight Corythius with this hat. I want him to go, damn, that is a nice, sweet-ass hat you got on there. And you know what? I'll be like, thank you. Now please eat the tip of my dagger. And he'll be like, ah. And I'll be like, yay. And I'll be like, whoa. And then we'll do the Trespasser DLC. And everyone in the Trespasser DLC will be all like, that is a sweet-ass hat. Actually, you know what? Well, we're doing a makeover. A little scan here? Again. We might as well. Head up to the quarters. Do-do-do. Just because this is probably going to be like a short stream or whatever. Fill it up with, like, all the little tidbit things that I normally wouldn't do in any other stream. Wampa wampa wampa. Wait, no, this is wardrobe. Casual wear. No, that's the, that one. What's the day vigil? Ooh, that actually looks kind of nice. Alright, let's keep to the day vigil then. And... Ooh, ah! Oh well. Ah, I can't jump off there. What's that? Oh, the book's right. Is that book behind the throne or back there again? If it is, then yeah, that's just this game or this quest is bugged. That's like would have been like the fourth time I've picked up that book. And same with the book by Cole. If that book is still there, then yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, let's just see. It is indeed still there. Yep, and I'm pretty sure I counted. Okay, so it's 27 now. So, all right, we should probably talk to everybody here first. Ooh, scene.
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He led the Wardens near Kirkwall.
Ah, he's fine.
Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last.
He didn't fall to Corypheus.
Stories no good for heroes.
He didn't fall, he just stayed behind. We don't know he's dead. He could have killed that beast and been all like, well, I guess I'm just gonna live here now. Let's see, he will be last. No, he'll be the last. We heroes might make it. At least Hawk survived. No, I don't think he should. I'll do this one.
We're taking down Corypheus before he takes any more lives.
You know, sometimes when you say shit like that, I almost start to believe it. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where she's going. I'll have to let Merrill know. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Wait, we can't talk to Hawk about Meryl? About how she's not an idiot and how everyone should just get off her frickin' back? Hey, Eric, how's it going?
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
I determine when I talk to people, and I want to talk to people right now. Or later. Hey, Solace, the walls are looking great. Where are you? There you are. What are you hiding in the corner for?
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
No. Don't forget the demons. Obsess over Darkspawn. No, don't forget the demons.
And calling the army of demons. That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
A tool that would have let Corypheus ride roughshod over most of Orlais.
Even if they hadn't, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
Whatever. Shut up. Get back to work. Still some rocks somewhere, I'm sure of it. Dorian, my man! What is up?
We have remarkably little here on early Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Oh, we can still flirt with them? How's that, man?
And that's the Dorian I know, critiquing every book in my library.
I wouldn't have to, if you could find some rebellious heretic archivist to join the cause.
Are there rebellious archivists? Other than you, that is.
If Corypheus ever starts burning masterworks of literature, I'm sure a few will pop up. Did I see something by Genitivy here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
What else could it be about? What happened at Adamant, of course. We went into the Fae. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
Wait, was Dorian part of the quest? No, wait, was he? I'm alternating between him and Vivian so much now. I can't remember. I think he was. Shoot, who did go in? Was it Blackwall? Well, Sarah, obviously. No, I can't remember anymore. Alright, it was horrible. We'll talk about it. I learned so much. We lost Trout. We didn't. Okay, we didn't lose him. We knew where he was. We left him behind. He's not lost. You don't lose what you leave behind. You just leave behind. So I learned so much.
I learned a
Positive.
surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blight. In comparison.
Glad you were there. The poor constellation. Nobody's mentioned my hair yet. What's up with that? Come on, I just changed it. No one's being all like, oh, you look cute in your hair, and you look cute in your new outfit, too. Whatever.
At least you were at my side.
No offense, but I'd almost rather I hadn't been.
No sense of adventure? That's surprising.
I've not your talent for survival. And not everyone is as discerning as I. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
You don't. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus' real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Named Frank. The name of our enemy operation available? Really? Oh, okay, that's for the war table.
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Is it? Okay.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
You have great hair, Alanya. It looks so super cute. And that outfit. Where did you get that coat? Shut up, birds. I'm complimenting myself. Because no one here is doing it anyway. Alright, can we do this? Demon scales. Okay, that's it. Right on. You guys don't have anything for me. Let's talk to Liliana. Who's sitting there right there. Oh, there's a lot of stuff removed then.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
So I just saved her, she saved me. Shoot, did you say tell the truth? Or no, let's pass something else along. Yeah, she saved me.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live. Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her.
Always sacrificing herself.
I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Dying every week.
Anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
She's dead, wide well. You understand. You don't understand.
Wait. You don't know what she meant either. There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Oh, you could have come with us. Oh, sitting back down again.
The message from Divine Justinia.
Alright, pretty sure she's dead. It's a trap. Are you alright?
That's a shock. You're right reading it. Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there. Do you know what you're looking for? The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me. You take your instructions from me?
Yeah.
What sort of help can a dead Divine give you? I don't know. Perhaps something to do with a chantry. Or it could be personal.
Screw them.
She guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a Divine and as a friend. There are days when I still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
You got the Grey Warden. You know, she was an elf too, as the legends
Why
go.
hide things in Valence? What's so special about it? Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Say whatever you need. Say you want to leave. So it's not whatever you need.
I'll help in whatever way I can. Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Wait, are we going there now? Oh, okay, good. Let's go! You're kind of delaying there, Liliana.
So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate. I'll leave you to your work.
Okay, so wait. So is that like on the quest map then? Valro, Hissing Waste, Western Approach. Oh, wait. Yep. The chance of balance. We'll do that later. We'll probably do that next week. Yep. Okay, well, no, that's 28 now. Don't know if we already found that book. Okay, so 28. That's the number 2. Remember? Ka! Alright, let's head back up. Oh, okay, never mind. 29. 29 is the number for when we go to Cole. But for right now, we're going to Vivian. Here we go. She should still be... No, that's a... There she is.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I
Plenty.
need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
New hairstyle. New threads. You, if anyone, should notice. There's much. Any advice on the subject? One of our own. May be divine. It will. That's unlikely. Any advice, yeah.
What do you suggest?
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
Let's see. This needs some thought. What platform do you
What
support?
would your ideal Divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Leliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Leliana might be a better choice than Cassandra, don't you think?
Leliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless people in the name of freedom. She proposes to abolish the circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage lashes out inside a tower, villages aren't destroyed. The circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one.
I just wanted to talk, make a suggestion. Is that it?
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
The first time was horrible, it was fascinating. Prefer not to, I saw the divide. No, it was fascinating.
I've heard stories about the dangers of the Fade, but I've never actually seen them before.
No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
No? Okay. And Kaka! Where am I? Ah! Here we go. Actually, is this the way to call him? Because I've never, aside from that one conversation we had, because he was a quest. Yes, he should still be in here. Alright, we'll talk to Cullen, then we'll go look for Blackwall. Cullen, what's up, my man? You probably got a few scenes to go.
All you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please, don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won. I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Yes.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
Cheat, play fair, let him win. Oh, that's awesome about his
You have
family.
siblings.
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Oh, it's my turn.
Let's play fair. If he wins, then he wins. If I win, then I win.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
I'm pretty sure it's, probably funnier if I cheat or whatever.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
Let's do this more often. No. So need for formality, me too. We're focused. There's no need for
We've been
formality.
through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. I believe this one is yours. Well played.
Hells yeah. That's right. Don't mess with me. Alright, no smug grin, but Woot, 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 woot. This will be now known as Loser Temple. Ah, letter. I don't want to read the letter.
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
They're not willing. Corinthians is cunning. They are desperate. They're not willing.
Not by choice. They were manipulated by Corypheus.
I'm not sure that's a comfort. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall.
Let's see here. With anyone, that's all. Anything I should know? Okay, that's all then.
That's all for now.
Another time then.
And take off! There you are. Where are you going? No, no. Here. Walk away from me.
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
Stop that. Clarel's prize. No, no, no. We fight him. That's why we fight him.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
They remember the intention. You can still try. Nothing's perfect. They remember the intention.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
He paused before saying joining. Huh? He's got an exclamation point. Ooh, through the shadows. It's a little horsey, or a griffin, sorry. That could be either. It's
Want a
nighttime
drink?
suddenly?
I've a hankering for company.
What you staring at?
When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. I caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
Saved it?
You stopped them. Cut the dog down.
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting, and I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
So did everyone else.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Wait, that was it? People person. He had an explanation. Well, give me the achievement, people person. It didn't say the dog died, so there you go.
I should look around.
Message from Blackwall, Inquisitor, you've been a friend and inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to uphold the former. It's been my honor to serve you. Wait, what? Who are you?
The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Reasons gone. Where?
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
A couple of reports. Issued paper. Looks like it was removed from a recent report to Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Sarah Mornay, one of the soldiers responsible for the Callier massacre of 937, was captured in Linus, Snoopy. Like the others who were arrested for their involvement, Mornay insists that he did not know who he was assassinating and that he was just following the orders of his captain. The captain, Thom Rainier, is still at large. Morna is to be executed within the week in Val Royale. Is Blackwall the captain? Is that another quest for potentially next week? Nothing else? Alright. I can't hop it. Does that pop up as a quest there? Revelations. Alright then.
Your word.
No, that's just a shop. We don't need to shop or anything. Actually, do we need to sell anything though? I don't think so. I think we did that last week, didn't we? Yeah, okay, 15 out of 75. There we go. Let's go talk to Cassandra. Is she still outside? Imagine she is.
Did you see what they
Yep, there she is. How's it going? Oh, no, she's inside.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Yeah, Varric. Oh, yeah.
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece.
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
Could be used against us. Good idea, just be careful. Well, I can't really... I don't care about... this door... God damn it. And my shirt! My shirt! Historians? Yeah, okay. That can be used against us. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
Possible, spirit, nothing more. I believe it was her. No, I believe it was her.
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Warden in the Fade. Wait, what are we doing up here? No, we're not done talking to you yet. Wait, at least I don't think we're done talking to you. Oh, this way. Don't go between the things for me.
I trust all is well.
Okay, yeah, then we're done talking to you.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Alright, so what was it, 29? Yes, 29. Let's just do this now. Okay, stairs. Oh, there.
Welcome back.
We'll be back for you, Iron Bull, I promise. No? Okay. Wait, he was on the 3rd floor, wasn't he? Yes. Okay, so should have the book. Yes, there's the book. 30. Okay, so basically the quest is just randomly run around picking up the same books over and over and over and over and over again. Alright, let's talk to Cole, do a little scene with him.
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with binding. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Well, because he's like a caretaker here. Well, what's wrong?
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then... I'm not me anymore. Rules around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
Usually... I will protect you.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
Obtain an amulet for Cole. Operations available. Fortunately, we won't be able to do that yet. Oops. Actually, I never really talked to you. Just place for all the service here. To rest.
Inquisitor.
Investigate. Hey, what are you doing here?
Be out there, scouting.
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by... that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud.
That's just her face, though, isn't it?
That's fine.
I should go.
Alright, let's talk to
I wonder
Fireball
who
now.
those
He should
agents try to
be...
It's one who lacks a certain...
There you are.
Again. Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen.
Right across the face. There we go.
Good one.
Perhaps you can take over.
You got it.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap.
No, let's talk it through.
You're scared of demons.
Of course I'm scared of demons. Who in their right mind isn't? I mean, not like whole, real demons. Big ones with fangs and crap. You're not gonna hit me, are you?
So, let me just...
Is the stick covered in anti-demon charms or something?
Be nice if it was. For the Qunari, demons are the scariest thing out there. More so than dragons. Even mages. Possession, losing your mind. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
Most of the demons we fought just wanted to kill us.
Yeah, not better. You think I'd have gotten over the superstitions from back home? I don't care about mages. Living so long out here, most Qunari would say I've already lost my mind. And I know that's not true. At least, I'm pretty sure that's... Well, shit, that's probably what it is. You could have just hit me.
Still hit you. Come here, you. Oops. Trees. Hey. Torches.
How's it going?
Nothing? Okay.
Relatable.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Do. Calls up top. Got anything more?
It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not that.
That's it then.
Talk to you later.
Alright, now Sarah. Doors open, so... Oh, 31? No? Okay. Oh, now we got... Oh, 33? Really? Oh, scene.
Sarah, about Adamant and what happened in the Fade.
It's a problem. Yeah, nice swing.
A good shot. Why are you angry?
Shut up and listen, yeah? Never again. You hear me? Everyone is pretending it made sense. Demons and visions and all of it. The Fade isn't real. And I saw nothing. Nothing. They were like little empty things. Like there's nothing in the dark. No point. Stupid, right? That shouldn't be scary like it was. I'd have taken spiders. Like you. You're scared of spiders. All of them. Even little ones.
There's horrible ones. There we go.
Pretty much scared of all spiders, yes.
That's no good. I mean, they're everywhere. I bet even right here, just crawling with those legs and hairy eyes. That's probably not helping. It's stupid to think about anyway. Everybody going on about imaginary stuff when real people died. Probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious moustache there. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight ended.
Stroud's not dead. We just left him behind. We didn't see his body. Let's see what he remembered. There we go.
Someone has to have a plan. How else do you fight something that
What?
Is it planning when legends show up? That's what they used to be. Just stories about griffons and stuff. I wonder what other made-up rubbish is just someone's plan we don't know about. Could do with less. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the adamant ones. Need more like him.
Oh, another scene, really?
You have a problem. That, over there, is a full tavern. But everyone's drinking alone. They're all up their own arses about the Inquisition. I can't have fun with everybody whinging. And they'll fall on their swords before Coryphanus can push them. I'm thinking pranks. Set a few up, knock a few down. You in or not?
Should the Inquisition do this? Nah, let's do
You
this.
have an odd idea of preparation. I need to keep them at their best.
What's best then, Mopey? Constantly ready for death to fall from the gaping hole up there. I know people. Pissed off and fired up is better than dreary bleary. Come on.
Sounds like fun. Yes, I'm in. That's fun.
Just you and me. You know, I would like that.
Sure, that could work. Maybe. Let's go.
Do-do-do. Alright, let's punch the first person in the face. That's cool.
Right,
Recall.
general uptight is gone. Have a search about. Find something to mess with and give your soldiers a laugh. What, the desk? Oh yes, center of the Empire and all that. What to do, what to do.
All right, Sarah. What do you want to do?
Thing looks heavy. Don't want to move or break it. I got it. Easy one. Just a slip of something under here. There, won't notice much, but it's just that little bit wonky. He's so in control that'll piss him royally. I tell one of the soldiers and boom, the general seems like people. And since he works for you, you seem like people. Come on, next one.
Yay, messing with people. Oh, yeah, Josephine.
Right, little lady Prissy Pants. Have a look for something she likes too much.
She likes door?
What, just the door? Where she greets every important idiot. Yes.
Well, Sarah.
We're mocking everybody.
Get a bucket. Classic, yeah? 5 minutes of sloppy boss gets you weeks of happy kitchen staff. Except for the one who cleans it up, I suppose. But whatever. Next stop.
Oh, Eliana.
What's that? A locked... No, leave that. Not interested in her hidden things. Not for just a bit of fun. Maybe... feed her messengers something gassy? No, birds don't part. But they flap and...
Who is up there?
Go! That was fun. An inquisitor of the people, still remembering you're one of them. If all they got was the herald stuff, the serious bit, you'd start to sound pretty scary. That works, but not for long.
She appears respectable, anything inspired.
Whatever it takes. I'd start throwing pies if it kept people inspired.
Pies is so good, and Coryphanus would never do that. Good thing for you, innit? Because from the bottom, everyone up top sort of seems the same. It was fun chasing you, Inquisitor. Nice for you. You! Oh, frig. You did it!
I'll come talk to you soon, Josephine. Jesus. Alright, where are the stairs? The stairs are... Where are the stairs? Oh, there. Alright, was that it for Sarah? Let's see, doors open.
Hey, it's you again.
Special. Special. Actually,
I was thinking you and I should get to know each other.
Look, you're nice. Let's travel around more. I get to know you. We'll see.
okay, no, I can't jump out the window. Alright, let's go talk to Josephine. Because I kind of forgot her. Yeah. Actually, is Morrigan on the map? Sandra. Oh, there's a quest there. Wait. The quest is gone. What's this?
What do you need?
Graham, you have a quest?
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Ball didn't have anything. No one had anything. Do you have a... Is it you?
Inquisitor.
What's the current mood?
Willful.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Alright. And... Does it just pop back up, does it? No. Huh. Odd. No, no. Josephine... Morgan, okay. I'll talk to Josephine first, then we'll talk to Morgan. Da-da-da. Alright, we gotta pass judgment too. Right, first, Josephine.
Any news
What
on
up?
the House of Repose, Inquisitor? What's the next favor we need to get these Duparacats a lordship?
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparacats as lords.
Oh, right. She's got her quest going on. No, that's just gonna lead me down to there. Nah, well, talk to Morgan first. Yeah, Morgan.
Elan Vimar, honoured to represent College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. My colleague Adan was clear about the worth of your cause. I look forward to assisting him.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
You got it.
My creator, judge me whole.
Lotus, Elf Road.
Touch me with fire that I
Oh, the new seat, no.
Tell me I have sung to your approval.
Let's see, where is... There she is.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us leave.
Okay.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Do.
Darkness comes upon me. I shall embrace the light. I shall weather the storm.
Alright, let's render judgment. And my nice big ass, everyone is equal throne. Everyone except people being judged.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus.
Off with his head!
We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms.
Give it to him!
To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Give a serious matter.
Many places felt the pain of adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground ye trod in your pathetic life. I serve a living God. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Wardens, he does with my sword. Jail him and lose the key. Yeah, you can watch the world,
Since
you know.
death is a validation for you, I will delay it. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
We shall see which of us outlives our legacy, Inquisitor.
Get him out of here. Ooh, I get to judge someone else? Alright. Liliana, I judge you to become the court Harris.
Another of the lingering pains of Adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
You were free to rejoin your comrades, and yet you present yourself here.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
Get some shiny ass armor. Justice forgives you. Warden, public humiliation then. Deep Rose, jail. Public humiliation, what does that mean? No, let's go address it.
The Inquisition stands for faith. Our work has greater purpose. Sometimes we need a reminder. Sir Ruth, the Herald of Andraste forgives you in her name. Find peace in that.
Your worship, I will try.
And then comes the public humiliation. To the stockades! Teach her to dance. That's it. Let's just... Yeah. Hey, where's our court jester? Where'd she run off to? That kind of sucks because you don't get to do anything with her. At least, you know, not yet. Maybe she'll come in. Alright. Yeah, sometime. Where is... Let's go Battle Royale. Revelations. Yeah. Okay, let's bring... Ooh. Sarah's got a new, thing. Right on. And Varric's got a new one, too. Interesting. Alright, well, let's bring Cassandra. And... Yeah, we'll bring Vivian. It is Battle Royale, so makes sense. I was thinking Cole, but I'm already the rogue, and I don't want to, weaken our army or whatever. I do want a mage, so. And Sarah stays just because, I'm trying to get with her. So any opportunity I have to improve chances. Do 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 do. Bop bop bop. I'm actually kind of curious. Everybody got their fancy hats? Fancy hat? Fancy hat? Fancy hat? Good. We're well within. Shoot, which direction are we going? This way. There we go. Oops. Oh, right. This is a big scene right there.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck. Until then. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Does Blackwall want to recruit this man?
Look at all these people. I thought we were more civilized than this.
Poor bastard. So, where's food? Orlesians always stock these things.
Ugh.
Proceed. Stop! A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall!
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Da da da. Wait, where'd everybody go?
Captain Tom Rainier.
He wore the shield.
That is concerning, yes.
Concerning? He's a butcher.
Why are you pushing me around? Stop pushing me around, everybody.
Can you believe it? Tom Rainier himself.
You must know something about Renee.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say, say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing. Guess not.
Whee! Oh, that's fine. Hop! Hop! Through the water! Everybody like my hat? Wait a minute. Hey! Hey! It's my hat!
A shock! This is devastating! How could you not see as much?
Inquisitor. Perhaps I was numbed by the tearing of the sky.
Oh, there we go. Just gonna let me wander in? Right on.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Do you like my new haircut? He's brave. He lied to me. No.
Was the bailiff telling the truth? Did you really do those things?
Yes, I did. It's all true. It's time we all took a good look at who I really am. Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Would a monster have given himself up? Somewhere along the line, you stopped pretending.
Fine, don't talk to me. Sarah, do you want my old armor? Oh, I can't. Okay, it's just me.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, Ulf Gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
Do-do-do.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
There's the commanders.
Our men follow me because they believe our cause is righteous.
They believe it because that's what you tell them.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men have been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue.
Sometimes.
There was no need for what I did.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes.
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. The Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a dark spawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valshavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there's no proof that I've been recruited. But I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. Blackwall lived.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
That's all for now.
That's the situation with Colin. Is he here too? Did he follow me?
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Oh, there he is. Let's see, summarize it.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. Yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
See, people change.
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind. He had to face up to it.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Get him out of
Have
here.
Renee released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
Is fate operation available? Ah, but I can't do that yet? I can't do that yet. Let's see. Optional. Order the advisor to find a way to... Yeah, can't do that yet because, well, at least I don't think I can. Everyone else seems pretty busy, so... Do 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 do. Wop wop wop. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Ah, here we go. Oh, okay. Yours is better than mine, my old one anyways. Alright, so, I guess we...
I apologize, sire. I've never met those men before.
Alright. Nothing here. Alright. Let's just see if I can. Probably not. Womp womp womp. Flashy, flashy, flash, 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 flash. Nah. Alright, then let's. So is that a quest? Varric, you're standing with somebody.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Wait a minute. The crossbow's come alive! Kill it! Anyways, yes, I am the Inquisitor. I inquisition on other people's conversations. How's it going?
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Oh, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the tide?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface.
There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
Did you know where it is?
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Taking Kirkwall. Do we get to go to Kirkwall and see what Sebastian did to it?
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire. Went to every corner of the continent. Maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice... there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Everybody wants me to do stuff. You? Let's see, that's going to be... That's that one. Wait. Wait. That's not it, is it? No, that's the Black Emporium. Huh. Oh, whatever. Oops, nope. There's no guards here, are there? No, okay. Just look like there are guards standing by there. Alright, let's see if we can't do anything with the war table. Probably not, I don't think so, but... We will see. What do we got here?
Our soldiers handled themselves well in Adamant.
We've come a long way since Haven. I fear there's still a way.
Connections.
We're prepared.
Special dispensation from the Orleans throne. Destiny, this may anger some, but after... What they do? Okay, him and have him take his place. The dead was dead, and the world will... Ooh, that's bad. No, I don't want that. Surround the prison with a small force to take Rainier into our custody. Well, that kind of seems like we're going into war with that. Let's just do connections. I mean, you know, Celine does owe us. Saved her life and all that. Session came, few questions asked. What passed and was fresh in their minds. Rainier awaits your judgment. Okay. So that's it then. Okay, we can't do anything else. Because they're all still busy. Boom, 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 boom. Sit in the throne of judgment, because he's already here. Ninja jump. There are the guards. Actually, I wonder. Seriously? Sorry, the arrow. I'll kill him myself.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall.
Why does he look so tired? What do you guys do to him?
His crimes... Well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
Do.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Your opinions don't matter. I had no choice.
I wish there'd been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
Say you're free. If you atone, the wardens will decide. I own you. Your life continues. Give him servitude. Free him to make amends for his crimes. Nah.
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were, or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your post, Tom Rainier.
No, just from the front. That's what these things are here for. These are the double dragon armor or statue monsters. If anybody gets that reference. Those annoying as hell spear stabbing statues. Ugh. Alright, so does that basically mean that it's just not Blackwall anymore? No, it's still Blackwall. Why wouldn't that have updated? Is Blackwall still in the inventory? Yeah, it's still Blackwall. Still Blackwall. What the hell, game? You had one job. Alright, well, let's go talk to him. Hoot! He's back in the stables. There he is.
Inquisitor?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Yeah, almost.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Actually, do you have any new investigate options?
Yes.
See, telling me with the wardens. What the hell would we ask them about the wardens now?
Perhaps in a bit.
Alright. Journal. Check some stuff. Inner circle. We got a lot of stuff here. As well. Discovered years ago on their expedition to the deep roads under Kirkwall. It may be possible to reach the entrance into the deep roads somewhere in the... Okay. That's where we went before. That's a pretty big dungeon. In the heart of snow, also plains. That's something I have to remember for next time. To confirm the plan of attack. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Focus on that later. So I think that'll be it for today. Like I said, we're just going to do a chill stream, talking to everybody. Today, a couple of smaller quests and stuff like that.
Inquisitor.
You. So that leaves stuff for next week. Next week we'll take a stab at some of these personal quests. We'll go back to the hinterlands, do a barracks quest, but first we'll do Cassandra's quest. Got it. And then if there is time, because we'll be spending a lot of time exploring those deep roads, because I think the first time we just kind of skimmed through everything. It was a bit we didn't exactly have a lot of time, but next week will be a longer stream for Dragon Age, so we should be able to just give those deep roads some deep examination. Depending upon how long Cassandra's quest takes, we may do Cassandra's quest after barracks. We'll see. In the meantime, stream schedule will be about normal next week. What's Up Wrestling on Friday, of course. That episode's already set to air. It's apparently the first episode that's not going to be going on in the UK or Ireland, as I pointed out on my Twitter. I don't know why those places specifically, but those places were tagged, and that's what YouTube notified me of. So, yeah, I mean, every episode's been getting copyright strike or copyright notices, but, nothing's been going on because I haven't been getting monetized for any of those videos anyway, because I only got 10 subscribers. So, that's never really bothered me. But now it's kind of, bothering me if it's limiting its availability to people. So I'll probably have to look into that if that continues. Monday, we'll be going back to Far Cry. We'll jump up into Jacob's territory. Continue on the main quest there. Did a lot of multiplayer on Monday. So that was, fun. Was not expected. But yeah, all the more fun. Let's see. Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy. We'll do, at least as I said yesterday, I'll do my best to do all of Wall Market. We'll do all the cross-dressing, the dancing, and all the other stuff. And then Tuesday night will be a special unique stream. Let's double check the schedule. Yes, there is a new update for Fallout 76 with a new event going on. I don't know if it's an hourly event. I think it's just a random event that they added on. So we'll see if we can't do that. And a new season is starting there as well. So we'll be doing some weekly challenges because there are a few rewards that I wouldn't mind actually getting my hands on. No timing details on that as of now. Just it'll be sometime in the late evening, possibly super early morning on Tuesday into Wednesday. It won't cut into the Dragon Age time. That will again still start at 5:30 a.m. AST on Wednesday. That Fallout 76 will not be challenging that time or anything. So that would be a hard deadline for that, or hard stop for that. Ooh, leafy. And then obviously next one Wednesday will be Dragon Age, and we've already gone through all the details there. Alright, so let's do the Typical glitch jump. Oh, let me just get back up there. I had it perfectly. And glitch jump. Yay! Ooh, double glitch jump. Alright, so let's go back to my favorite spot, where I can overlook everybody. Actually, you know what? I have not actually taken a look at the museum in a while. This is my first kind of tour here. So let's just take a look, see if anything's changed. Okay, I'm not seeing any new... Really? No new paintings? The hell? Oh, this is all like, what, the, yeah, okay, those are all the drinks and stuff. Gotcha. There's another book. Okay, right on. No new paintings, what the hell? Okay, it's just the kitchen. This place is still looking pretty barren. Solo still has a lot of work. Barren and cobwebby. Whoop. Okay, this is just this. And the library. We don't need to be here. We don't need books. Yeah, very odd. Oh well. Anyways, let's head back up here. This way? Yes. And stop. So yeah, look. Yay, new look. Right. Okay, so we'll do a little save here. Actually, the first save of this little stream. Watch the little circle. Circle fades. Okay, so thank you all for joining me today, and I look forward to streaming and gaming with you again next week. Okay, see you later.